Let's hit the Wayback Machine in 1990, shall we? That's how we start the long
Way
answer.
back.
Because the Jet fandom and all of our foibles and all of our emotional scars doesn't have to just do about with front office ownership and also choices made for player evaluation, free agency, drafting. It's not just that, all that stuff. Jeff Lageman and Johnny Lamb Jones to go way back, all the way through to the present day. It's got to do with coaching decisions. 1990, Jets decided, let's take the offensive coordinator of those Bengals teams that Boomer Esiason led to the Super Bowl. Let's take Bruce Coslett. How'd that work out?
Oh, man.
How'd that work out? I'll tell you how it worked out. 26-38 is how it worked out. And the Jets decided for the 1994 season they had to go and stay within and take the one good thing that Bruce Coslett may have done and left behind. You know who his defensive coordinator was for those years? Because the defensive coordinator's older brother was Coslett's college roommate. His name was Pete Carroll. So the Jets decided to hire Pete Carroll at age 43, an inspiring hire.
43?
By the way,
young
at the
guy.
time, that was like, we're going to go with somebody who's 43, so young. Little did we know, now, compared to that, they're hiring zygotes as head coach in the National Football League, right? By the way, hiring zygotes is a great, I think, Edie Brickell album.
It's a good fantasy name.
I don't know where I'm going with Edie Brickell, I'll be very honest with you.
Feeling very bohemian-ish.
But they elevated Pete Carroll. He went 6-10. By the way,
1 year.
Interestingly enough, he was the head coach standing on the Jets sideline when the Marino fake spike happened. He fake spiked on Pete Carroll.
Wow.
And the Jets decided, we went with the guy who was just, he's too much of a player's coach, no discipline, whatever. 6-10, got to get rid of him.
Too much gum chewing.
Got to get rid of him because we need the head coach who just went 7-9 for the Philadelphia Eagles. We need Rich Kotite. Could you imagine there used to be a time in the NFL where you look across and you're thinking, you say, we got to get a coach who just went 7-9. We have to get that guy. Could you think there used to be a time in the NFL for that? Put a pin in that, Chris.
I don't think
Chris,
that.
Chris, put a pin in that.
You got it. Pinned. Pinned.
Richie Kotite from the area went 4-28. Didn't work out, shall we say. But heavens open up. Here comes Parcells. And he changed everything around. He actually took the Jets to the AFC Championship game. He went 29-19, and we all know he bequeathed Bill Belichick to the team for a hot second, a hot week. He resigns on a cocktail napkin, led to Al Groh being the head coach in 2000. There was an ownership change in the interim. From Leon Hess was the owner for all those years, and then to Woody Johnson and Belichick. You could see read the room. Got out, Al Groh in.
Yeah.
In comes Herm, took him from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dungy staff, and we were so excited. He got to play to win the game. Herm was there for 5 years. Herm actually went to 3 playoffs. That was amazing. 3 playoffs out of one head coach. Herm went 52-39. You bet, but he ran his course. So he had to pluck someone from the Belichick tree. Had to take the fruit from the Bill Vine, even though his name was Eric Mangini and nobody ever heard of him.
Man, genius.
Spygate happened. Favre happened. Oh, my God. 23-25. He's out. Got to hire Rex Ryan, the hot coordinator, son of Buddy, who was from the Jets organization in their championship years of Namath, for crying out loud. Got to get Rex, and his bravado was exactly what we as New York Jets fans wanted. Yes, we need somebody who's going to stick his gut out and say, come at the king, even though I don't have a crown or clothes on. And that worked for 2 years. 2 years. Ground and pounded our way to the championship game only to lose, and then it all went to crap.
Let's go get a snack.
Hired the exact opposite, Todd Bowles, from the Arizona Cardinals defense, and obviously the Washington system as well. And obviously he was the antithesis of Rex. He hardly had a pulse sometimes. And then he went 24-40. He's out. And in came unpin what I pinned before, Chris.
Unpinned.
The Jets took a guy who went 7-9 the year before and say we ought to get him. And Adam Gase. Now take the pin and throw it out.
Bye.
So you'll have to excuse me for a second. Because each and every one of those times, I'm like, hey, Bruce Coslin.
Hey.
He just went for the Super Bowl. Let's
Hey.
get him. Hey, Pete Carroll, he's a young guy. Who knows? That's exactly what we need. We need some sort of youth, exuberance, and whatever. Who knows? And then Rich Kotite. Okay, we got the guy from Philadelphia. He actually had a winning season without Randall when he tore his knee. You never know. He's from New York City. Okay, he stunk. Parcells, the tuna from the Giants and the Patriots. He's bringing Curtis Martin. Here we go. And then he's like, I'm out. Got to go to Dallas after retiring. Leave it all behind because he wanted out because the Jets ownership changed and Belichick had a hot minute. And Al Groh, I'm thinking, hey, maybe Al's got the goods. Wayne Corbett, he's a flashlight. Mangini, maybe we got it after Herm was great. It was perfect for us, and I loved him. And that's when I was on NFL Network. I'm shaking hands. I'm interviewing him. I shook Todd Bowles' hand. I'm like, Todd, this is going to be great. You're exactly the guy that we need. I have no idea is the answer about Robert Saleh. I have no clue. Except everybody says he's dynamite. Literally, anybody who's been around him, anybody who knows him, anybody who's played for him. You hear nothing but this guy is the goods. And he is going to bring a culture change, and he is going to bring a dynamic quality, and he's bringing with him Mike LaFleur, who was the passing game coordinator for Shanahan, so he's bringing the Shanahan system in. And I have no idea what this means for Sam Darnold because Shanahan apparently loves Sam Darnold, and you know, I'm getting texts from people saying he's going to do well in the Shanahan system. And I'm like, as a 49er or a Jet?
Yeah, which
okay,
one?
like which one? Because I'm dying to know. I have no idea. Richard Sherman is so high on Robert Saleh. Hey, Sherm, why don't you come wear green then? Let's go. Let's bring it on. Because you can't spell fanatic without the word fan. And after everything I just said, I'm like, okay, let's see how different this is going to be. Let's see how different this can be. Let him bring this personality. He's running steps like crazy before games, and then he comes out there and he's firing people up, and they play really good defense. But we got ourselves a quarterback that we have no earthly idea. Is he the franchise face, as we hoped he would be when we drafted him out of USC a few years ago, or is he not? What do we do with the number 2 overall pick? What is going on? I do not know. I have no earthly idea. But it does seem to be a fit, which is something I've said and pinned against the Jets wall and unpinned and then put it back again.
Seen ghosts.
Is he the guy? Is he not? These are for down the road, but you have to sit here and think if the Niners thought Darnold could fit in their system and you're bringing the system, maybe this is the way you go. And then that's a sell. That's a big-time sell to much of the fan base. That's a big-time sell. And it's this guy's job to sell it. And it is in Joe Douglas, the general manager, the new grocery shopper, who was hired after Gase was hired. It's in him we trust. It's in him we trust. Because it looks like this was his, in fact, his hire, not the owner's hire. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.